Yo, what is up, people? Quancredible. We are back again, and this time we are looking at how strong is Yami, which we all know is the captain of the Black Bulls and many people's favorite character in the series for obvious reasons. I mean, he's a big muscly dude in a tank top with a freaking katana. I'd be lying if I didn't say he's one of my favorite characters also. But how I like to do it is basically I like to break down determining how strong someone is by seeing their durability, how fast they are, and then how strong, and then towards the end I'll compare him against some other characters to show you who he could beat or who he's stronger than. So we're gonna get into it now. So as far as durability, we haven't seen Yami necessarily take a lot of damage in any of his fights. He's only had his fights with Lich and Vito, and in both of those he didn't really hardly take any damage. I mean, if you look at towards the end of the fight when he was fighting against the three members of the Midnight Sun at the same time, he was taking scrapes and scratches, but he was still holding up. So far, the most damaging thing we've seen him take is probably when Lich threw him into a wall, or when he survived the cave-in. Those are probably the most damaging things we've seen him take, but we've never seen him like truly hurt. And as far as his stamina goes, it appears that he can fight for as long as he needs to. We haven't seen any instances where he was tired or was low on mana to not perform any of his attacks or his moves. So all I'm saying is that we haven't seen the upper limits of his durability or his stamina. Now, when it comes to speed, this one is a bit tricky, just because his fight with Lich does show that he is able to react to light speed attacks with the help of ki, but I think it is very important to note that he himself is not light speed. Like, I can't stress this enough, he himself is not light speed. Just because you can react to light speed attacks doesn't necessarily make you that fast. Evidence of this would be if he was light speed, he would be able to hit Lich or Raya when he was fighting them. But the fact that he had to think way ahead and plan out his attacks and be a bit more strategical shows that he is not that fast. Now, just because you're not light speed is not a bad thing. I mean, he's still definitely faster than Lightning. He's still faster than Asta, faster than Luck, faster than Vito. He's definitely one of the fastest characters in the show. When he was, again, referring back to when he fought all three members of the Midnight Sun at the same time, he was able to hold off Vito while being attacked with Dark Slashes from Raya, all at the same time, which you have to be pretty fast to even react to all of those. Now, as far as his strength goes, I believe that Yami is probably physically the strongest character that we've seen in Black Clover so far. I know it's a bit of a joke when he does it, but he does constantly casually smash the walls in his base just out of random anger or upsetness. Smash through brick walls. I mean, he was able to toss Asta numerous times, like in the Sea Temple, or to stop Noelle the very first time. They would have tossed this human, again, casually, crazy high into the air without even trying. So like most things, we haven't seen the upper limits of his physical strength. And in terms of his magic is very powerful. As we know, he uses darkness magic, which is just innately slow, so to compensate for the slowness, he has to use it as more so of a reinforcement magic to boost his own physical stats, which make him a bit faster and stronger, mixed with the fact that he uses a katana for close range combat to kind of offset the fact that his magic is slow. It's also worth noting the variety of spells he can use. We've seen him use some dark binding magic. He's used his black hole to like draw attacks into an area that he wants them to go to catch his enemies off guard. We have his dark slashes that he can just kind of throw out as more of a distance attack. And then he also has his strongest attack that we've seen so far, which would be the Dark Dimension Slash, whatever the name of it is. But the move can, like the name implies, cut through a dimension, which is really powerful. Now, the fact that it can cut through a dimension isn't necessarily a testament to his physical strength, but more just a testament to that's what that type of magic was made to do. A testament to his physical strength would be when he cut through the dimension the first time he used it. He cut clean through the rock and then some. So granted, the magic was made to cut through dimensions, and it is a bit stronger for that, but I feel like the fact that it even reached that far is more so just because of how strong he is, mixed with the fact that the magic itself is really powerful. Another thing worth noting about Yami is the fact that he is a ki user. Now, I've already made a video about ki, and I've talked about ki a bunch of times on this channel already, so if you are curious about it or want to know more in depth about ki, I'll put a link in the description. But Ki essentially just lets you read your opponent's attacks and know where they're going to attack, and just kind of helps with anticipating your opponent's next move. One thing I would like to note in this video is some weaknesses that Yami has. His lack of distance attacks or powerful distance attacks would put him at a disadvantage against most people in the show, just because, like I've stated numerous times before, most people in the world of Black Clover fight from a distance. So being a close range fighter, that naturally puts you at a disadvantage when it comes to getting in close. Granted, it shouldn't be much of a problem with how fast he is and with Ki, but that is definitely worth noting. Another issue that I could possibly see with him that he may have in the future is that the fact that he doesn't have much defense against large scale attacks besides his Dimension Slash. I mean, realistically, if there's an attack that scale is too massive, I think he really wouldn't have a way to deal with that. Like, if he can't cut through it, he can't really do anything about it. Like, take Lich's Giant Light Ray. Even if they met again, I can't necessarily say he'd be able to cut clean through it. But I guess we really won't know just because we haven't seen the upper limits of the Dimension Slash. Like in the anime and manga so far, pretty much anything that's come into contact with it has gotten cut in half, so I guess we don't really have a upper limit for it. But outside of that, I don't think he has much defense for large scale attacks. Now, in terms of where he stacks up in the show, I do believe that he's one of the stronger characters that we've seen so far. He's definitely far from the bottom of the captains, but I don't necessarily think he's the strongest captain. I think he's definitely better suited for combat than a lot of the other ones. Some of the other captains' magical powers are not necessarily suited for combat the way Yami's is. Like, take the captain of the Deer Squad, he uses paint magic. Now, I'm not saying paint magic is weak by any means, because paint magic is really powerful. You can basically use whatever your mind thinks of, but I would believe the way Yami fights is much more suited for a battle than Rails is. That being said, in terms of the strength of the captains, I believe he's definitely on the upper half in terms of how strong he is, but I can't necessarily just call him the strongest captain without a doubt without seeing more from the other ones. However, what I can do is I can compare him to some other characters in some other shows, just to give you an idea of who he is definitely stronger than. Now, this first one might raise some controversy, but I believe Yami is much stronger than Kakashi is. I believe that Kakashi literally does not stand a chance. Now, Kakashi is really strong in his own right. I'm a huge fan of Naruto. I'm not like biased towards Yami or anything, but I believe Yami would absolutely destroy Kakashi all the way up until like I think the only way Kakashi could really beat Yami is if he had his Susanoo. Just because there's nothing that Kakashi can really do on his own that would really even be a problem to Yami. Or even take Ichigo. I don't think Ichigo could really even beat Yami, not until way late in the Wako Mundo arc, when he has more control over his hollow mask. And even then, Ichigo still might not be strong enough to beat Yami. We can even go to One Piece. Zorro. I love Zorro. He is one of my favorite characters in One Piece, if not my favorite character in One Piece. He literally wouldn't be able to do anything to Yami. Yami is too fast, too strong. Magic, it'd be too much for Zorro. Yami is, as of right now, one of the strongest anime swordsmen out there, period. But yeah, that about wraps it up for how strong I believe Yami is. If you guys disagree with anything or feel like I may have missed anything, let me know in the comments. I always love to see that. Outside of that, please feel free to share, like, and sub, all that good stuff, and I'm out of here.